Celebrity Big Brother bosses have a very interesting plan to shake things up a bit, and are set to cast an all-female set of housemates for January 2018, according to reports. Why, you ask? Well, apparently it's to celebrate 100 years since women were given the vote, but perhaps someone should tell CBB bosses that while the 1918 Act put the wheels in motion, it didn't actually grant all women the chance to exercise their democratic right. PA Images Emma Willis is expected to host the show again. In their defense, a number of organizations will celebrate the centenary of the bill next year, but it wasn't until 1928 that women were given exactly the same voting rights as men. Still, why let a little thing like technically being 10 years off the mark get in the way of plans? Nothing says feminism quite like catfights galore, does it? The most recent series of Celebrity Big Brother was as eventful as ever, with Sarah Harding eventually being crowned winner after a tough time in the house. The series also presented us with a number of seriously unexpected moments and anecdotes. Karwai Tang via Getty Images paid £150,000, final position ejected. After 9 days prior to entering the house, it was reported that Biggins would be the highest paid of that summer's contestants, pocketing a £150,000. However, once he was removed for a string of offensive comments, attention turned to whether he'd be paid at all. It was later reported he pocketed just half of it, which admittedly is still not to be sniffed at. Danny Martindale via Getty Images paid £150,000, final position 6th. Producers were keen to get former Coronation Street couple Bruce Jones and Vicky Entwistle in the house, but seeing as he was a lot more willing to sign up than she was, he bagged just 10% of her fee. Stuart C. Wilson via Getty Images paid £150,000, final position 6th. Love him or hate him, there are few who would deny that Perez wasn't worth the money, proving to be the talking point on his series. When All Stars came knocking, though, he sent them away, claiming they couldn't afford to pay him the fee he felt he deserved. Gareth Cattermole via Getty Images paid £175,000, final position winner. Various outlets claimed that Ulrich earned £175,000 for appearing on CBB, later returning for Ultimate Big Brother a year later. Interestingly, she's the only housemate from the channel 4 years to make the list of highest paid housemates. Karwai Tang via Getty Images paid £250,000, final position 10th. Admittedly, not someone we were anticipating seeing on this list. Reality TV veteran Stephanie is said to have bagged $250,000 for her stint in CBB back in 2014. Karwai Tang via Getty Images paid £250,000, final position 5th. Daniela made no secret of the fact she'd fallen on hard times prior to entering the Celebrity Big Brother house, and got an impressive $250,000 for her much-awaited appearance. Karwai Tang via Getty Images paid £300,000, final position 7th, the highest paid housemate of the UK vs. USA series. Yes, she got even more than Stevie Ritchie. Janice was evicted just 2 days before the live final. Jeff Spicer via Getty Images paid £300,000, final position walked, after 6 days. Former housemate Cammy Lee has made a rather bold claim about cheap CBB fee, suggesting he convinced producers to give him a daily fee, before then walking. She wrote in the Daily Star Jonathan played them and they weren't too happy. When will they learn? Karwai Tang via Getty Images paid £400,000, final position 9th. Kelly Maloney's arrival on CBB came just weeks after she came out publicly as transgender, so producers were really willing to fork out to get her on side. At the time, her fee was reported as being the biggest in CBB history, though as you can see, she's since been overtaken. Ian Gavin via Getty Images paid more than £400,000, final position 2nd. Alright, so we don't know the exact figures, but it was widely reported that the former Apprentice candidate had what was again, at that time, the highest CBB fee ever. Karwai Tang via Getty Images paid £500,000, final position winner. Katie Hopkins glee at her high fee didn't last long, though, as Katie Price trounced her by a full $100,000 and she wasn't even in it all the way through. Eamon M. McCormick via Getty Images paid $700,000, roughly £567,000 when Speedy first entered the house in 2013. It's fair to say they pretty much dominated the show, and while they didn't end up winning, they were at the center of the year's main storylines. It's no wonder, then, that producers were so keen to get them back for All Stars and New Stars, to the tune of more than £500,000. Karwai Tang via Getty Images paid £600,000, final position walked, after 13 days. Even the pricey and Speedy couldn't compete with David Jest's fee, though, as he reportedly scooped £600,000 to appear on CBB. He eventually walked due to health problems 13 days into his run, and sadly died 2 months after the series wrapped. Mike Marsland via Getty Images paid $1,809,000. There's been much discussion that at $1 million, Ray J's fee is the biggest in CBB history. Not the case, but he's still done pretty well for himself. The actual highest CBB earners ever are Chris Jackson via Getty Images paid £1 million, final position third. Yes, Channel 5 were keen to make sure that their first CBB went off with a bang, so allegedly forked out £1 million, the most they've ever spent on a housemate to get Jedward involved. They did manage to last the whole series run, so Channel 5 got their money's worth, but Kerry Katona and Paddy Doherty were the year's runner-up and winner, respectively.